book review, and it's First Man In by Anthony Middleton. Hello everybody, it's Tom here from The Company Code. Hope you're well. I want to talk today about this book, The First Man In by Anthony Middleton. Part of a series of books that this guy's done. As you know, I've read his first book, and I reviewed it a few weeks ago about the fear bubble. This one is a slightly different take really on his experiences. It's very much about leadership and how in different situations you can find yourself having to do different things to prove how you can be a leader. And it's really fascinating because Ant's life experience is very much a very checkered one. You know, he lost his father as a young boy and wasn't really allowed to grieve his own father, which is pretty hard, I can imagine, for anybody to have to deal with. Maybe out of that tragedy, there was this inherent force inside him that said he had to be a leader for not just himself, for his own family, for others as well perhaps. But it's a really great read, I must say. It's so many lessons of the how and when to apply leadership, when not to, when to step back. And all from different perspectives as well. What I like about this is, well, you got to remember, this man was in the SAS, the British Secret Service. So he's seen some horrific sights. He's been in charge of going into terrorist bases in like Afghanistan and Iraq and shooting people, killing them dead. He's also had to like motivate a group of soldiers and lead them when, like any other group of normal human beings, they've been scared out of their mind about what's going to happen. He's seen loss, he's seen people die, he's seen the sort of consequences of his own actions when he came back and couldn't get a job and found himself very much in the spotlight for the wrong reasons, you know. Ended up in jail. I know I'm probably not painting this guy as a good person, but ended up in jail by his own admission for something stupid. Did his time and has come out the other side and made a success of his life. So at the end of each chapter is some anecdotes as to, you know, what leadership is about and how it can be applied. I'm going to read a couple. I don't want to spoil it too much for you. So, leadership lessons. Don't let anyone else define who you are. And I would agree with that. It says, people always make rapid judgments about what sort of person you are from their first impressions, and sometimes these first impressions will be negative. So it's easy to take that on board and simply fall into the mould that other people put you in. Have the strength to realise what's happening and ensure that you define yourself. Meet that negativity with positivity every single time. I agree with that. People will always judge you from the moment they meet you for whatever thing, whatever they see, whatever you say, the way you hold yourself, all of those things. You've got to rise above that and not slip into the mould or the character that they think you are. You've got to prove, you have to prove, not to them, but perhaps to yourself, that you are you and that you are, you know, solidly you, and that no one can pigeonhole you and put you in a wrong category, as people will do that. But yeah, it's a really, really great read. I would thoroughly recommend it to anybody. I thoroughly enjoyed it. He explores all of the different careers that he's had to the time that he wrote the book. He goes through all the different situations where there may have been a conflict, you know, two leaders trying to sort of compete with each other, which happens a lot. And also all the lessons that he's learned. And he credits a lot of his stability to his wife and his family, which is really, really heartwarming. And particularly his wife says, you know, to coin a phrase, behind every good man is a good woman. And he's definitely an advocate of that, I would say. But yeah, it's a really, really great read. I'd recommend it. That, along with Fear Bubble, this book will teach you a lot about what it means to be a leader. From his perspective, of course. Everyone's got their own take on what leadership is, but I think from somebody who has being a leader literally on the ground, in some very difficult conditions. It's some valuable lessons to be had from this. I mean, if you're even just reading the title, first man in, leading from the front, and leading from the front is absolutely what anyone who's in this sort of leadership role should do, and that includes at any level, business-wise, military, the lot, whatever you do. If you're someone who's a leader and who's an example, people, they want to see you being vocal, they want to see you at the front there, okay? Anyway, that's my review of Anthony Middleton, First Man In. Definitely worth a read if you get a chance, okay? This is my third and final video of the week. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and energy spent on my channel. Thank you kindly. Third and final, as I said, please put down in the comment section below, have you read this book? Are you aware of this this guy's work, what he's done? Are you aware of his life story? It's definitely an interesting read. I suppose not everybody has had a clear path in life, a clear story. Not everyone's as clean cut, perhaps, as the next person. This guy will admit he's not clean cut, but what he has done is he's managed to get through the difficulties in his life and still make a life for himself, and a successful one at that. So that's something to be applauded. 100% it is. Please, if you would, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I'd be very grateful. I'll also be very happy and grateful, please, if you consider giving me a thumbs up and a like. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. I'll be back next week with another 3. But until then, please, all of you, take care of yourselves, and bye for now.